Hello, ladies. How are you? Can you guys believe that it's more than halfway through August? I couldn't believe it. I woke up this morning like, where am I? Oh my goodness, I'm on planet Earth and we're already halfway through August. So welcome to Halfway Through August Monday. So I was really excited when I posted this about doing organs in place, and I got lots of you going, yes, we want to learn more about it. And I thought about doing organs in place because in the last class, live class on our 12:30 T-Tapp classes, I was doing some floor and the question came up, like, what is this organs in place? I don't understand it. So I thought, all right, how beautiful. If she didn't understand it, most of us don't understand it. So let me explain it. I'm going to explain it really simply. Okay, here we go. So, when we're standing, we are subject to gravity. Gravity is pulling us down to keep us down, right? So while that's a good thing, what also happens as we age on the planet, everything goes south. Makes sense? So what we want to do is pull it back up. So organs in place was really designed to take all these parts down here that are falling south with gravity and pull them back up. Now, when I say that, please understand, even young people, right? The minute that we're born and we're standing vertically, gravity's already pushing down on us. But of course, the longer we've been on the planet, we've had babies, we've had surgeries, and we're standing vertically, that's when that's happening. So all we're doing is taking our organs, wiggling them up, pushing everything up under the rib cage. Now watch, right? Because that's what we're going to do, and I'm going to detail it. We're wiggling it all up, pulling everything up. We're going to hold it up there, and then we're going to do moves that what? Tighten us across here so that we can generate our own shapewear. Essentially, we're pulling ourselves in and up. And that's the whole thing to organs in place. It really is that simple. Not necessarily easy, but definitely simple. So the other thing that I hear all the time is, Renee, I can't feel anything. So what? Do it anyway. The more that you repeat it to yourself, tighten, release, and I'll show you how to do that when we get in there. What you're doing is you're beginning to recreate that brain to body transmission. I will tell you, I cannot tell you how many people I have seen that for a year, 2 years have been doing it, felt nothing. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, I felt a contraction down there. It just depends. It can take some time to recreate that neural pathway. But regardless, you're still working it and doing it. So let's get started. I'm going to show you exactly how to do organs in place. We're going to do it standing, and then we're going to do it on the floor. Now, I'm going to do it standing, and the organs in place that's in the 15 minutes where you see it most is in the box. So we're going to do the box along with it. Why? Because you're going to pull everything up, and then as you go to the side, we're creating this spinal girdle side to side to cinch and hold it up. If that makes sense, you guys, will you please just type Y? Yes, Y, I got it. Oh my goodness, that's it? That's it. It's not that complicated. All right, so let's just start. We're going to go to, I'm going to put my feet, I know you can't see them, but it doesn't matter. Feet about 4 fingers, bend the knees. Now, I like to start with a pinky touch and an arch up and out and then over. It just feels good to me and it seems to work. We do so many things in forward flexion that it's really important to extend up and back. So, with the body, we always want to be in balance, left to right, up to down, and anything that you're doing working in the front, you got to work the opposite muscles, and that's how you create balance. And thank you for my whys. Yay, I appreciate that. All right, so let's just do a pinky touch. You're going to push those pinkies in. Now look up see where about I have them, okay? I don't have them here. I don't have them up here. I'm right here, kind of like at the femur bones where your thigh bones connect. So you're going to inhale. There's your inhale. Exhale, push in and press down. And when you're using the pinky like this, you're lifting your ribs, but you're also arching the back. And it just feels so good. You're stretching up the fascia right here on your torso, and then push in, and because you're arching, just let yourself come over just a little bit. So you're just kind of hanging here. Now, you do want to bend those knees even more and out to the little toe. It just gives you a little bit more room in here. Okay, that's the idea. So you have the room. Now, I like to do it with my palms out in front, just taking my pinkies to the side of my hip bones. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to inhale and push in, and then I'm going to squish whatever I can get to the center. So I'm going to wiggle, 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 and squish it all in. Now, I know some of us have more squish, others have less. It doesn't really matter, okay? We can all do this equally. Then you take your pinkies and you reach down underneath there. So you're kind of like right there at that pubic bone. And you're going to push in, wiggle it. So now you've wiggled to the side, wiggle down, and really push. Work at moving everything up. Okay, work at moving everything up as much as you can. Yes, you might hear gurgling. You're going to feel some movement. You are not hurting yourself. Then once you're kind of there, now notice I'm here. You want to keep those knees bent, curl, push in, press the hands down to lift the ribs and come up. Now, I like to have, I call them vertical fingers. The fingers are here because, you have a lot in there. Just doing like this is not enough. Like you really want to spread your fingers, I guess what I'm trying to say. Stretch your pinkies and your thumbs, if you can. Now you're holding all the guts up, pushing to get the ribs up. So now everything that's sunk down is up. Then I just like to tip my head a little bit, and it just helps you go evenly, and you're coming over. You guys know this, to do the box. Now, what will the body do? You'll cinch. You'll hinge here. You want to see if you can keep those ribs up. This shoulder will lean, right? You'll be like this. Make sure you're like against a wall laterally. Push in now. Press down to lift even further when you come back up. And then once you get here, do it again. Push in, press down, ribs up. So you're constantly working at keeping your tuck, pulling those fingers in, wiggling, and keeping the ribs up. Let's just go to the other side. Press, lift, come on over, direct lateral. You can even shake your head for tension. Try not to let the shoulder hunch. I see this a lot. Drop the shoulder. Now see, if you drop the shoulder, push those fingers in and up, woo, you get those ribs up, and bring it back up. Good work. And then you can just do some nice shoulder rolls. And the fascia, one of the things that Teresa then did, I'll just show you this in case you haven't seen it, is she takes her hands from here and created like a suction cup with the fingers together. So you can always do that as well. Suction cup, and then you're going to press the thumbs. So watch this. She would push in, press down, ribs up, hunch, let the elbows come forward. Now, you're not doing anything with the spine, just elbows forward, pushing in. So you're pushing in and down, whoop, ribs up, shoulders back, and down. So one more time. Press to lift, hunch, elbows forward, shoulders back, and down. And you are going to be happy to let them puppies go. Shake out those arms. Yes, I know we should hang over and do this, but let's face it, if you're doing it as much as I am, you are tired. And then you just do it to the other side. Let's just go one more time just to, again, capitalize. Bend the knees, out, hinge over. Good, here you are, flat palms. Inhale, press. Now I'm feeling my hip bones. That's how far over I am. Okay, so I'm over on my hip bones. Now I take my palms and I'm pressing in as I squish them all to the center. Then I take my pinkies down. I'm curling under. So I'm curled and hunched. I don't know if I mentioned that. Curl and hunch. And you're going to feel everything right here underneath your hand. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle all the way up. Vertical fingers press to get the ribs up. Now I'm tucked under. Stretch up tall. I didn't mention the chin. Keep that chin level and back. Press one more time, tilt this way. I guess I gotta go this way, don't I? Press this way, up and over. Watch the shoulder doesn't go back. And here, now where are you gonna feel it? Here's where you are going to feel it. If you do not, it just means you've twisted, okay? You have to feel it. If you're directly over, lifting your ribs and to the side, you can't not feel that stretch. Push in, press up one more time, bring yourself up. And let's just go one more time. Press, tuck the chin, lift from the top of the head, pretend like you're pulling my ponytail, and over. Press, lift, and bring it back up. All right, I'm going to do my little hand position. Push and lift, hunch, elbows forward, up, back, and down. And oh my goodness, I'm not going to do any more than that. That's enough. So that's the whole idea of organs in place. Taking what's down, pulling it up, cinching it in. Would be a great one to do actually before you do any, especially of our turns or side stretches. That's why in fascia, when the fascia fits or senior fit, when we went to do reach scoop, it was push in, press up, stretch, and then go to here. Why? Same reason. You're pulling everything up, and now you're going to go to the side. You're still working in here, up and over. Okay. You know, one of the moves that she never did, organs in place first, that, let's face it, it would be great, right, to do organs in place before you did any of your T-Tapp twists. T-Tapp twists all the way down. So you're pulling this up, and now you're creating the spinal girdle that way. So let's get creative this week and see where else we can do organs in place to pull everything up and cinch it in, and that'll be fun to kind of play with. So that's what's happening when we're standing vertically. Everything's falling, we're pulling it up. But what about when we're on the ground? I'm going to show you. So now I have to tip my camera down. So I'm going to tip it down so you guys can see me. Whoop, whoop. All righty. I think this will be good. Yes, yes. Oh, yeah, you can see. Very nice. All right. So we're going to go all the way down to here. So feet, hip width, whoop, whoop, right in alignment. You know you got to keep those knees straight up. Here's how you get that idea of pulling everything from down up. This is where you do your tuck. Okay, so you're going to tuck curl. I just do it like this so you can see. Now notice, I'm not all the way up here. I'm right about the bottom of my rib cage. That's how far you want to go. Now I'm even going to bring my feet in a little closer because it'll feel even better. So you kind of adjust. But the whole idea is that you're curled under. Now, when you're here, the slope of the upper back, or right here, allows everything already to start shifting up towards the rib cage. Now we use our hands to encourage that to come up even more. That's how we do it on the floor. So we always start on the left. Why? Because Teresa claimed that the lymphatic system works from left to right. I have no idea if she's right or not, but you know what? Why not? Doesn't really matter. So we're going to go to the left. Now I put my fingers vertically right down there. Here's my hip bone. I'm right in front of it. So I'm going to push my hand down in front of that left hip bone, and I'm wiggling, girls. I'm wiggling everything to the center of my body. So I'm wiggling it over. Then I take the pinky side, press down low in the bladder, and pull it up. So again, I still have vertical fingers. I'm going to relax my shoulders. Keep the tuck. Right now, my tush wants to drop. Try not to. Now you're going to think. You ready? Tighten the muscle in. So think about belly button down to the floor, and then just gently release it. Pull it in down to the floor. Now, why do I stretch that? Because I've seen a lot of people, when they tighten, release, tighten and push the belly out. You want to make sure you're pulling it down towards the floor. And now we go to the other side. Fingertips right in front. Here's my right hip bone. I'm going to go right in the side of it. I should say inside of it, right? Wiggle down. I'm really pushing in there. I'm wiggling my guts to the center. And now I'm scooping everything up. I'm keeping my tail up. And I'm going to tighten the muscles down and release them. tighten and release. This is the place I find a lot of people like, I don't really feel the tighten and release. Well, if you had C-sections and surgery down there, you probably don't. It's okay. You just think, I'm going to pull my belly button down and release. I'm going to pull it down and release. Whether you feel it or not, you're creating a new neural pathway. It's all good. Now, I'm going to take my hands, I call it like in a karate chop, right on the side of my hands, the pinky side, way down low by my bladder, way under there. I can just feel my bone there. I'm going to wiggle everything up. So it really feels like I've just lifted my intestines and everything underneath my rib cage. And tighten, release, tighten, release, tighten down, release, tighten. Now don't push back. I'm not pushing it out. I'm just pulling it down and releasing, keeping my tuck. And here's the fun part. You're tucking. You ready? Little up and downs. Now, up and downs. Those knees just want to open. As soon as you do that, you lose it. Keep that tuck and just little up and downs. Now, I'm not going all the way down. I like to just keep it up a little bit and just make them smaller. Press through your heels. Now, if you want just a little bit more, I know you don't need a little bit more, but you can lift the heels beyond your ball joints. Keep the tuck. Little up and downs. Notice how that feels. Yes, or drop the heels, bring the feet a little further away, and just lift from the heels. Lift the front part of your foot. Woo! That will just get you a little bit more inner and outer thigh going on. And then from that top vertebrae, roll down one vertebrae at a time. And since we just did that, what might be another move? Well, you know, she always did organs in place before. You got it. Half frog sit-ups. Might as well include this in this week. So we're going to do a bear claw. Roll so the thumbs are out. I like to kind of put my elbows close to my body and then out away a couple inches so I can really press my shoulders, press the upper arms and the elbows in to really help. Now in this position, we're also going to be using the breath. The breath is a great way to use and work lower belly without momentum. Okay, so what are we going to do before we start? Let's open the legs a little bit to here. So my leg is about, knee is about middle to outside of my shoulder. Okay, knee and ankle is in a straight line from there. All right, so we want to inhale deep into your nose, down into your belly for these. So you inhale before the move. When you push your knees and feet together, press them. Exhale and draw that belly button in even more. Then inhale as you bring it back out. And then on the exhale, you're drawing that belly in, pressing the whole upper back down as you do your lift. And then you bring it right back to here with an inhale. Exhale, press. Inhale, open. Exhale, really press those arms in the ground and the lower belly. Inhale. Exhale, press. Inhale, open. Exhale, lift. And back. Here's the way I used to lift for years because I just had no idea how to actually do this. I would go in, open, and lift. And my whole upper back would lift with it, okay? Because I just couldn't quite get this part up. Never lift your upper back. You can really hurt yourself with that. Open. So even if this is as far as you can go, or you just barely do it, that's better than trying too hard. See if you can use that upper back, shoulders. I'm pressing my elbows in, and there you have it. I'm going to come on over. Woohoo! Let me see if you guys have any questions. Did that make sense? If it made sense, give me another why. And if you have any questions with that, please let me know too. And as you're doing that, I just want to say hi to my friends out there. Hey, Chris is on, and my friend Terry. Hi, darling. And Nancy, and hi, Sylvia. And Wanda's on. Hi, Wanda and Donna and Cindy and Christina and Alina and Alicia. Oh, so good, you guys. Thanks. Good. That was starting to make sense. I'm so glad. See, in actuality, it really isn't complicated. I think we tend to think that things are so much more complicated than they are, and they really aren't. And these work. So let's do this for this week's, I'll call it a challenge. And so we'll do organs in place. We can certainly do box, but I'd love it if you guys would also do organs in place with any of the moves that are going to work torso, which is basically all of them, right? But how about organs in place, as we said, for reach scoop, even if you're doing the full reach scoop and not just senior fit. Then we'll do them, of course, for box. I don't know that, there's no reason not to do them and then do jazz twist. Why not? It's still a twist motion. And then maybe again for T-Tapp twist, whether you're just doing the stretch or the full thing. And just let me know. Let's kind of compare our notes. Does that make a difference? Could you feel it differently? And then, of course, on the floor for our half frogs and maybe anything else. I like to do them, we do that, half frogs, and then maybe some ladybugs. So just play with it and let's share our experience with it for this coming week. Thanks, you guys. I'm going to lift this back up, kind of looking to see if anybody had any other questions. I'm so glad that kind of cleared it up. Because I think once we sort of have an idea, oh, that's why we're doing it and what we're doing, then it makes so much more sense. And I know I've repeated this ad nauseum. I'm just going to say it one more time. And that is, again, if you don't feel it, if you're on the ground and you're going, I don't feel the tighten release, please don't worry about it. I'm really telling you it's true. By the way, the other thing that organs in place and those little up and downs really help with is incontinence. And I know that's something we don't really like to talk about, but let's face it, ladies, especially if we have babies, etc., and you get a little bit older and you sneeze and it's like, ooh, that wasn't good. Just a little dribble here and there. These make a big difference. They really work well and help you with pelvic floor health. So there's lots of reasons to do it. Good. Oh, thanks, Donnie. Yeah, the exhale part is so important. We don't really talk that much. Don't talk that much about breathing. But, even just using rib cage breathing, inhale here, exhale. I mean, that's really working all our core muscles. So good for respiration. And the exhale and exhale and exhale is just a great way to really engage those abs. But we can do it with mindfulness and make it work for us. Thanks, Christina. What is the difference between pulling the belly button in and making sure you feel the activation? I'm not sure that there's a difference. However you're going to feel the activation. When you pull the belly button in, you should feel activation, I guess is the best way that I can answer that. I'm not sure that I would separate the two. So it's kind of all together. Hopefully that made sense. I hope anyway. All right, you guys, well, listen, it was a joy as always. Let's have fun with this. Make sure to come back in the group and we'll talk about it, what you felt, what you did, and any, cool results that you get from it. And in the meantime, you guys have a beautiful day. Oh, I know. I wanted to ask one more thing. I'm going to put this at the end. Facebook now has this thing called rooms that we can go in and do, like everybody together in the group that's on with a camera. It's not recorded, but I was just thinking that could be kind of fun maybe to do maybe a 20-minute T-Tapp workout maybe once a week or whatever, all together live like that. And we could kind of see each other and have some nice community. Again, it's not recorded. So if you can't make it at the time, there's nothing we can do about it. But if that sounds like something you think you'd like, just, post on this recording and we'll see if we can make it happen. All right, you guys, blessings. Please, please stay safe. Stay healthy, wear your mask, whether you like it or not. Protect me. I'll wear my mask and I'll protect you and it'll all be lovely. Have a great one, you guys.